Hi everyone, I hope that you are all as well as can be and healthy and safe in this very uncertain time. About 2 days ago it dawned on me that possibly I should start looking at doing basically a daily clinic with my handstands, and maybe with most people now homebound, it might be a nice way just for people who've expressed an interest in the past to learn how to do handstands. And maybe if I just start every day, post a short video, sort of a step-by-step building block where you can work towards doing your own handstand up until the time that life as we know it goes back to normal. And obviously it's a perfect opportunity with a lot of people at home. And then I got a message last night from Dominique, a friend of mine who's currently overseas. And she suggested taking the step further and saying, why don't you look at doing a handstand every day, posting something where people can actually be encouraged to participate at home, and then maybe start uploading their own videos where they can start to work on the handstands with the family. And as Dominic suggested, it would be a cool idea if people did that and then posted their own video. So what I'm going to do today is just run a short video and just see how it goes, see how it's taken up, and you can let me know if you think it's a good idea. Basically, your starting blocks, and I'm by no means an expert. There might be physical qualified personal trainers and gym coaches that might disagree, but this is just coming from my experience, having been doing gymnastics from the age of 6. I would suggest starting firstly, make sure that your crucial parts are warm, and those are your wrists and your shoulders, and just really simple, plain simple wrist stretches. Hand on the top of the fingers and pull it back, or alternatively reverse the hand and just basically stretch your wrists in that way. And alternatively you can just stand and roll the wrists for a minute or so, but it's important that the wrists and all those muscles in the hand are nice and loose. The shoulders basically take a lot of the load on the handstands. The way I stretch my shoulders is put the one across, the other hand up, and I just square my shoulders and I force my arm across. Not too hard, and you just alternate and just basically make sure that the stretches are nice and efficient. And then also find a wall, place one hand on the wall, and then just twist your body, twist your shoulder out, and obviously alternate arms, twisting your shoulder outwards like that. All right, to the first handstands. Okay, step number 1 is you want to find yourself a flat area. A lot of people will tell you to start off initially to do handstands against the wall. I don't necessarily agree with that. My belief is that just initially start off, find yourself a flat piece of ground, and all you're going to do is just single-footed kicks, and not up into a handstand, just loading your shoulders and back down, loading your shoulders and back down. And even if you spend a day or 2 days doing this until you can comfortably kick up, controlled, stop it, even hold it for a half a second and back down. Kick up, control, hold it for a half a second and go back down. What this is going to get used to working is your balance in a basic handstand comes from your fingers. So when you place your hands, your fingers are flat on the ground, and your balance comes from your wrist and from your fingers. So my suggestion, avoid the wall. That's going to be step 2. My suggestion is to simply put your hand on a flat piece of ground, single leg, whether you're left-footed or right-footed, kick and down, kick and down, kick and down. And eventually you'll want to get to a stage where you're going kick and down, kick and down. But initially, just little kicks. That's all you're going to do. And even if you spend 20 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day just doing that, it's going to take patience. What you're doing there is you're getting your body used to that motion, and you're starting to develop that sense of control in your wrists and in your fingers. More importantly, you're starting to work your core, and you're starting to load your shoulders and load your wrists in that motion that you're going to start using for the handstand. Everything's going to start getting loaded. So I'll do it one more time. Hands flat, fingers spread, weight and shoulders over your wrists. Kick and down. Kick and down. Kick and down. Kick and down. That's your initial step. The last thing I just want to mention is the exit to the handstand. In the event that you overkick and roll out, you basically got two methods of exiting a handstand. The one is to tuck your head and roll, which can be fairly difficult. It's not the easiest thing in the world. You've got to take up the pressure, tuck your head in neatly, and it's not an advanced move, but if you've never done it before, the concern is that you're just going to collapse and land on the back of your head. So I would say split your practice into a couple of kicks, and then you want to start getting used to the roll out, where you're not going to forward roll, you're going to turn and one leg out, which you can start to practice as well, like this. Kick and roll. Kick and roll. Kick and roll. So what you're going to do is you're going to start building that muscle memory in. When you're in a handstand, I'm overbalancing, don't panic and just crash forward. You're going to roll out of it nicely, single leg. So those are my tips to start working on, and good luck. Let me know what you think of the idea.